Welcome everybody to look at the ninth film in the Furious Swords and Fantastic Warriors box set, the heroic cinema of Chang-Chi. So this is the second to last film in this box set, and it's the second to last film is the trilogy of Swordsmanship. So this is from 1972, and alongside Chang-Chi, we have another co-directorial effort, the second time in this box set that's the case. So he also directed alongside Chen Kang, who also co-directed The 14 Amazons, as well as Yu Feng, who also did The Bells of Death. Both films are really rather great. So yeah, this is a martial arts anthology film, so each director does one film each, so it's a trilogy, as you probably guessed from the title. Clocks in at 112 minutes long. Stars the likes of Tai Lung, who have seen in 16 other films, some favourites being the likes of The Magic Blade, The Sentimental Swordsman, and The Avenging Eagle. Also stars David Chang, who has been in a couple of the films in this box set so far, King Eagle and The Wandering Swordsman. Also stars Lo Lai, who was in Five Fingers of Death and The Lady Hermit. Bolo Young, who again was in one of the previous films in this box set, The Wandering Swordsman. And finally, Shizu, who was also in The Wandering Swordsman and The Lady Hermit. Oh no, she was just in The Lady Hermit. Sorry, misreading my notes there. So yeah, being an anthology film, we do have three different stories. So yeah, the first of which is directed by Yu Feng, and it's called The Iron Bow. So a mother and daughter run a hillside inn, the latter of which is pursued by a lecherous local general, but she insists that the only man who can fire her late father's sacred bow can have her hand in marriage. His pitiful attempts show he is clearly not the chosen one. Yet a mysterious stranger who intervenes in the situation seems far more appealing to the daughter. The general, however, cannot forget this slight and sends his army to capture the woman he longs for and avenge his shame. Then we have The Tigress, directed by Chen Kang. When a soldier disobeys a direct order from the government, his superior calls for his execution on grounds of gross insubordination. Just as he is about to be executed, though, his lover arrives to plead for clemency and get the decision reversed. The minister is unimpressed, yet the titular tigress does not stop until she finds a sympathetic ear and a way of saving the man she loves. This is finally achieved, but on one condition: they must now apprehend a vicious bandit as recompense within 3 days. And then finally, we have Whitewater Strand. When a rebel being transported across China for execution is saved by his comrades, the timely intervention of a righteous swordsman stops a potential bloodbath. The hero becomes good friends with the rebels despite being on the other side of the law, and the friends vow to meet again. The promise is redeemed when the roles are reversed, and the rescuer now needs to be saved from being beheaded by his corrupt colleagues. So all three stories have a great cast, convincing production, solid pacing, on point cinematography, and overall excellent action. The first story is the more light-hearted one of the three, with its smattering of overall good comedy, but it is also the least satisfying in terms of its plot, while also being the shortest, which certainly doesn't help it in being more satisfying than it is, as it is roughly about 32 minutes long. Then the second story is the most substantial of the three, as it is the longest at around 45 minutes, so it's not really all that far off being a feature length film. It also has the most engaging plot, the better conclusion, and the best mix of action, characterization, and plot. The third and final story has the best action, though, of the three, along with the best choreography, the best pacing as well, and it is also the more violent and entertaining effort as well, as about 90% of it is just pure action. Not much in the way of plot, but the action itself does make it a really rather entertaining effort throughout. So, yeah, I'd give the first story 3 out of 5, the second story 4.5 out of 5, and the third story 4 out of 5. So overall, the film gets a 4 out of 5. First film's a little bit weak, but the second and third one more than make up for it. And yeah, overall, this is a really impressive effort. I don't think I've seen an anthology film that is a martial arts one before. I've seen a ton of horror films that are in the anthology genre, and that genre seems to be the one that has the most anthology films. But yeah, genuinely surprised by how effective this is. And even though Chang-Chi has to once again co-direct alongside at least one other director, this time two. Um, yeah, his story is the third and final one, and he does a decent enough job. But yeah, it's definitely Chen Kang that does the best job of the three. And that story, The Tigress, definitely feels like something that could be a full-on film. It could easily be lengthened by 20-30 minutes and it wouldn't be any worse for it. So, yeah, overall, a really good effort. And once again, we have a 1080p high definition presentation of the film. We also have optional English subtitles newly revised for this release. No optional English dub though for this one, but we do have a new audio commentary on the film by action cinema experts Mike Leader and Arnie Venema. And then we have Wuxia Freeways Wayne Wong on Trilogy of Swordsmanship. So, yeah, a couple of extras there this time instead of just the one as normal. So, yeah, overall, another really solid effort in this box set. So, hopefully, the 10th and final film in this box set is able to maintain the quality of this and the previous film, which was also fairly good as well. So, yeah, this box set's definitely picked up a little bit, especially in this second half, which didn't have the best of starts. But hopefully we'll end on a high rather than on a low. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, as well as your favourite of the three stories within. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.